Welcome! I am so excited to share a recipe with you today that is very close to my heart. It's for a stunningly simple, no-bake ice cream cake that's just so refreshing, and honestly, it's guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser. This is my absolute go-to for a warm day, or really anytime I want a special treat without all the fuss in the kitchen. That's a philosophy I truly live by in my kitchen. And this ice cream cake, it's the perfect example. It is all about getting that incredible, fresh flavor with the absolute minimum effort. It's a recipe I've come to depend on, and I have a feeling you will too. So, what makes this recipe so special? Well, it's a creamy, dreamy, and totally refreshing ice cream cake that's built on simple ingredients you probably have in your pantry right now. It has that wow factor of a really complicated dessert, but it'll be our little secret just how easy it is to make. And maybe the best part, especially if you appreciate a tidy kitchen like I do, is that you don't need an oven at all. That means almost no mess, and it comes together so fast. This is all about pure, simple enjoyment. All right, let's talk ingredients. The list is wonderfully short, and as you're about to see, it's also really flexible. So here's what we're gonna need. For that light, airy base, we're using whipped cream powder and some very cold milk. But hey, this recipe is wonderfully flexible. If you want something a little richer, a bit more decadent, you can absolutely substitute liquid heavy whipping cream with a few tablespoons of powdered sugar. It's all about using what you have and making it your own. Okay, first things first, let's create our perfect cloud-like ice cream base. This is the heart and soul of our cake, and it really could not be simpler. So to start, you're just going to combine the whipped cream powder and that cold milk in a nice big bowl. Then, grab an electric mixer and just whip it until you have these gorgeous stiff peaks that hold their shape. That's it. You can just set the bowl aside for a moment or pop it in the fridge while we get our fillings ready. Now listen up, because here's a crucial tip from my kitchen. Your milk has to be ice cold. And I'm not just suggesting it, it's really the secret to success here. That cold temperature is what helps the cream whip up into a thick, stable foam that holds its beautiful, airy shape. So don't skip this part. Okay, now for the really fun part. This is where you get to play chef and make this cake totally your own by adding all these wonderful flavors and textures. Let your creativity just run wild. Think about your favorite flavors. What do you love to eat? This recipe is the perfect canvas for that. The possibilities are truly endless, and honestly, you really can't go wrong. For that amazing, satisfying crunch, we're going to chop up our biscuits. And here's my personal tip. Use a knife to cut them into halves or quarters. We're really aiming for nice, chunky pieces that you can bite into, not fine crumbs. That texture is absolutely key in the final cake. And for that bright burst of freshness, let's dice up our fruit. The classic strawberry and banana combination is, of course, divine, but I really encourage you to experiment. Ripe mango, tangy kiwi, even sweet grapes would be wonderful here. The key is just to use whatever's fresh and in season. All right, it's time for the most satisfying step of all, bringing all of these incredible elements together to assemble our ice cream cake. The key word here is gently. When you add your chopped biscuits and fruit to the cream, you want to fold them in carefully with a spatula. We want to keep all that lovely air we whipped in. Once it's all combined, just gently transfer the mixture to your pan, and now the freezer is going to do the rest of the work for us. Hey, if you want to add an extra little touch of elegance, here is a super simple trick that I just love. Melt some chocolate in the microwave, pour it into a little plastic bag, snip a tiny corner off, and just drizzle it all over the top of the cake before you freeze it. It's such an easy way to get that professional bakery-style finish. And now for the best part, serving our beautiful cake. It's just as simple as making it, but I do have one tiny little tip that makes all the difference in getting that perfect, creamy texture. Once you pull the cake from the freezer and you cut a slice, just let it rest on the plate for about 3 minutes. That's it. This little pause allows it to soften just slightly, and it transforms the texture into something incredibly creamy and so much easier to enjoy. It's a small step, but trust me, it makes a huge difference. And the end result is it's truly special. Every single slice is this little treasure trove of flavors and textures. You get the light, creamy ice cream, that satisfying crunch from the biscuits, and those sweet, bright bursts of fresh fruit. It's so perfectly balanced, and every single bite is a delightful surprise. I really hope you're feeling inspired to bring this dessert to life in your own kitchen. I'd love for you to think about what amazing combinations you'll try first. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy every single spoonful.